Okay, guys, so today we are going to calculate masses from moles calculations. This is really important that we are able to understand what the question is asking us. And for that, we need to know the basics and set out the question so that it becomes easy for us to know what we are looking for. So in this question, we are looking for the mass of aluminium, and it reacts with 45 grams of chlorine. Now, in your periodic table, you'll be given the MRs of both of these. So the MR of chlorine is going to be 35.5. The MR of aluminium is going to be 27. But let's keep that on the side. Now, let's set it up so that we have a table method. This is a really effective way for students to follow and make sure that they've really accounted for everything in their question. So let's start off with the mass, the molecular mass, the number of moles, and also the molar ratio, which is quite important as well. In this question, the ratios are quite tricky, so we need to be really careful when conducting this equation. So the mass is 45 grams of chlorine. So let's put that into our table. So 45 grams of chlorine. The molecular mass of chlorine is Cl2. So this is a diatomic molecule. So the composition is two atoms together. So we will just add 2 chlorine. So that becomes 35.5 multiplied by 2, because there's 2 chlorines, gives us 71. So therefore the MR we calculate to be 71. The number of moles we can use on a calculator. So let's do that. And it becomes the following. So we have 45 grams divided by 71, which is 0.6338. 6338. On the side, I'm just going to do my working out over here. So I'm just showing you the steps. So the number of moles equals mass divided by molecular mass. And so what we have here, therefore, is we have 45 grams divided by 71, which gives us 0.6338 moles. Now, here's where it becomes a bit more tricky. So let's look at the coefficient, the numbers at the front of our balanced equation. Now, we've got a molar ratio here of 2, which is 2 aluminiums, 3 chlorines, because we've got the 3 over here. And let's just put this as well for the products just for completion, but we won't really need this one in this question because we're looking only at the mass of the aluminium. So this is what we need. We don't know what it is yet. We're going to find it out. So 3 moles of our chlorine we know equals, sorry, pardon me, 0.6338 moles. So that means that we need to find out what 1 mole is. Now, there's lots of different ways of doing this question. If your maths is good, you might just do the molar fraction and work out what the answer is from there, but I'm just going to do it step by step, and we're going to find out what 1 mole is first. So 1 mole of chlorine, therefore, has to be divided by 3 to get 1 mole. And so we have to do 0.6338 divided by 3 on that side as well, because what we do on one side, we must do to the other side. And that equals the following. So divide the answer by 3. So 0.211, 0.211. So just remember to keep your calculator answer and don't take that away, because that will cause a little bit of an error in estimation of your actual final answer. Really important. So we've got 1 mole of our chlorine, which is 0.211. Now, this is the great part. So because we've got 1 mole, we can actually work out what 2 moles are of aluminium, because that's what we want from the question. So we simply just do the moles of aluminium is going to be equal to 0.211 multiplied by 2. So that gives us, in the calculator, times that by 2, 0.422. Okay, so 0.422. Okay, that there as well for completion. And now, again, I've left my answer in the calculator, but we have all of the information that we need now to work out our mass, because we've got the number of moles. We also know the MR, or the molecular mass, is 27. So we've got 27 over here. So let's do that in yellow. Got 27 for the aluminium. And this equation over here, which I'm going to circle, can be rearranged to find the mass. So the mass equals the molecular mass, which is Mr, times it by the number of moles. We know what the Mr of aluminium is because we want to find the mass of aluminium. So we do 27 multiplied by 0.422. And I'm going to put that into my calculator. That should give me my answer. So let's do that. It's going to be that answer multiplied by 27, which is the molecular mass of aluminium, which gives us 11.4 to 3 significant figures. So 11.4 grams of aluminium are produced. Now, what's really important in this question is just to be careful with a few things. Now, students get confused with this, and they sometimes multiply the 3 to the MR at the start. And that's wrong because we've already taken into account the 2 and the 3 using our molar ratio. So you don't need to do that. So be mindful of that. The steps are, you write the question out again, you have your mass, molecular mass, number of moles and molar ratio, and you start plugging in your values that you have. And of course, now that you've done that, step by step, you'll be able to find your mass. Right, thank you for listening. See if you can have a go yourself.